Well, after like almost 10 years of waiting, I finally got my gate project done. And if you look here, I'm on a slope. That's one of the reasons it took a while to get started on it. I had a lot of research to do and stuff like that. And I got one of these. And it works perfect. So I'm going to walk you guys through, maybe you have a slope like this and you have a difficulty in building a gate. I still have to do my final wiring and a couple little things, some touch up, clean the gates and stuff like that. And we'll kind of walk you through what I did. Maybe you'll be interested in some of the stuff. I designed this gate specifically on purpose so that it would go uphill like that and look good and be fairly easy to make. So let me get over here where I'm out of the sun. Make sure you guys aren't looking at the sun. There we go. So if you see here, I've got a strip on the top. If you look here, the paint is terrible. It's California oil base. It's just awful, but it's on there for a reason. I didn't want to use the water-based stuff because it sticks better, because there's a little bit of oil residue still on the metal, and if you go over it with the oil base, it'll stick really good. If you use water base, you're gonna have a problem with it peeling. So that first coat I can always sand down later, but it takes about 6 months for this crap to dry. So, but anyway, let's get on with the reason I made things. So if you see here, there's a top piece. Use a 2x2, and then I've got a 2x1 here, and then I got a 2x3 in the middle, or 1x3, and a 1x2, and then a 2x2 to make the gate, to make the fence. The reason I did that is for lateral strength, and that way it makes it nice and strong. It's like putting gussets in every corner. And then I could hide all my wood screws on the other side of the gate that I don't really care about that much, because it's on the interior side where it faces the trash cans. And basically when I drive my car out, I just look at it for a second. So here's kind of, that's the design we came up with. Afterthoughts were like the handle and the hinges and things like that, which I'll show you those things now. So in the inside, we just made this little temporary thing here. I wasn't really big on a big latchy system or something like that, but you can do whatever you want for yours. I use stainless steel hinges here, so they're a little bit more expensive, but then you don't have to worry about them rusting and causing problems binding up from the rust. So I put those on there. They're just stainless steel door hinges for a regular house. So if you're going to make the same gate, these are 1.25 inch stainless screws. I got them on Amazon. I don't know what the head's called, but you can look for ones that look just like that. And then they don't go through the other side. And the wood here is actually, I don't know if I did it right or wrong, but I burned it with a torch, and then I put oil on it. I ended up using, because we don't have the regular exterior wood stain oil, so we only have the what's it called, tung oil. I use that on the wood, and that's supposed to preserve the wood, so the wood doesn't like, the termites don't like it. It's some Japanese technique of preserving wood. And you oil it with that, and then it becomes very maintenance free. Just maybe oil it every 5 or 10 years, and it stays pretty nice, and the termite stuff don't like it, and bugs don't get in it. It doesn't warp because it's already heated up and burnt, so it kind of keeps it lasting quite a bit longer. And of course it's screwed on, and that way I have a belt line of screws through the middle, which I just received just now. I had to stop the video because I received the rest of my screws from Amazon because I was short. That's why I have a lot of ones missing, like right up here. So that's the project for today. I got these here on Amazon. These are the E8s, I think they're called. If you turn this upside down, E8. And that's the heaviest gate ones that they have. And I think they're like 400, 500 bucks or something like that. They actually work really well and have plenty of power and have very easy to adjust. You don't have to adjust anything. As soon as you get them hooked up, they actually work really well. And I have another video on my other channel that I'll be putting up on the more of the details on that, but I may post those on there if you want to look on the reviews and stuff like that on those. You can kind of check that out. I bought them because the reviews on them were really good on Amazon from actual people who install gates for the price. They said that these are probably the best ones, and they work really good. I think that they're probably, I made the right choice. I mean, they have other ones, you know, like the mighty, what's it called, Mighty Mule, and they sell those at Home Depot and stuff like that, and these ones had better reviews than those. So they are a stainless steel, it's not just chrome. So, you know, they're about the same price as the Mighty Mule, maybe a little bit less. I didn't buy them because they're less. I thought they might be better. So anyway, so those are that's what I made there. And the slope, I'm going to talk to you guys about that. If you have a slope like this, let's look at it from the other side. You guys might get your sun in your eyes though when you get over there. Let's get over there and take a look. So sorry if you get a little sun in your eyes, guys, but here's the slope I had to deal with. You know, it was quite a bit of a slope on the driveway, and so it makes a rolling gate impossible, and where it's located with the house being right here, the only thing I could do is either a single or double gate, and a single gate that long on a slope I thought might put a lot of stress on the hinges, and it would be really heavy. So I thought the best way to do it is, and I might have trouble with an opener opening it. It's a 16-foot gate. So the opener might open it fine, but I thought, well, it'd be better if I relieved it with something not so stressful. Then maybe I won't be changing openers all the time. So anyway, what you have to do if you have this type of situation to get it to open is, one, you have to have a little bit of extra gap on the bottom, which is more than my dog cannot get under there. If I had a Chihuahua, I'd have a problem. I'd have to have a really, really big offset hinge. I'll show you that now. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and I'll show you the hinges. And you notice they go really fast, then they kind of slow down on their own. And once you run them once, they kind of find their own memory on how to do that. And if you see this gate's starting to tilt back like that, that's part of the type of hinge system that's on this. So you need to have an offset hinge. So look at the size of that hinge, how far this one is out, and then look at this one here is like this. So I got the largest hinges you can buy, and then I had to actually gusset and weld them and make them out further, and then put extra welds and extra gusseting on there. Kind of ugly, but that's okay. On there to make sure that it was strong enough and welded in enough points so that it wouldn't take this bar out. So that's what you have to do. So if the bottom's bigger, what it does is it actually brings the door, goes up as it goes back. So this edge actually goes up as it goes back about 8 to 10 inches. So it took a little bit of work to do that. And then this side here just gives you a nice big high gap from the other. So I went with a simple design. Like I said, the simple design is, for one thing, maintenance. A lot of people say, oh, I wanted the arch top and all that stuff. I didn't want that, specifically because this would be easier to repaint. All you gotta do is take a cardboard shield, put it in here. You can use a roller right up against there, give it a quick repaint between over the years, and keep it maintenance free. And then you can just spray the wood with oil. You know, very easy to do, and it won't take a lot of your time. And that's one of the things I don't like, maintenance. So I wanted very, very low maintenance on this. So that's why I made it the way I made it. It's plenty strong. You could stand a 200-pound person on the end of it, and it doesn't really move. Other than maybe the hinge might bend if I really jumped on it, and you know, which nobody's going to be doing that, I hope. Of course, my wood cuts, a lot of people are going to say stuff about this. That's fine. Go ahead, leave the comments. I'm not a carpenter. This is on the inside of the gate, but that hides a lot of that stuff. That's why I didn't want to see that. And you know, I had a problem with the saw walking on me a little bit here. And you know, I wasn't worried about that. That's okay with me. A lot of you guys are gonna say, oh my God, I couldn't live with that. Yeah, I love it. The armchair critics, the guys who say, I don't do anything unless I can do it right. So it's their excuse to not do anything. I'd rather have everything 80% than have it all done than have 100% of one thing done. I'd rather have that all my life. I'd take 80% of stuff, all the stuff around me being done not decent, than having one thing perfect and everything else a piece of garbage. So that's the way I feel about that. You guys with the armchair critics. So when I leave those comments, go ahead and I'll dislike or like them. You guys that are watching the video can also do the same. Read the comments and like or dislike, and make sure you comment on the video, because it really does help this get awareness. And there's a lot of people with this problem. They have a sloped driveway, and it's the thing is, with a gate like this, you know, getting a guy to come out and do it is kind of expensive, because what happens is they have to do the whole thing on site. They can't build it in their shop and meet that same slope. It's going to come out wrong. They're going to have to redo it when they get in the field. So most of them are going to build it on site, and that's the way we did it. And we put up actually this piece and built off of it. Both pieces on each end. We made it go all the way across, and then we cut the middles out and did it all here, because there's no really it's to meet the slope and making it right to go all the way across and be even and level and all that stuff. The only way to do it is to do it in place. So if I had a guy come out and do it, I'm sure it would have been very expensive to do. So we like to, you know, there's no reason for me to do that. I know how to weld. I got a guy who knows how to weld, works for me, and we just built it. So anyway, hope it gives you guys some ideas on what you're doing if you need to have the same situation, have a gate like this, and helps you get it done. Talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.